Okay. Hello and welcome in, everyone. And my name's Sugi Yamagawa, and today on VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s, we're going to be building a birdhouse with build plans from a backyards project book from the 90s. So, it's going to be fun. It's honestly going to be more chill, but hey. But yeah, before we actually really get into everything today, I do want to kind of give a little bit of an update and such, just because hey, it's been a while. I have some stuff to talk about, especially stuff going around the homestead. So first off, yay, the bird. So this is actually birdhouse number 2 that I built. So I've got it mounted. It's out in the wild. Birds can find this thing, and yeah, it's a thing. The thing, it exists. And yeah. So I'll be keeping a real close eye on this as I go through the spring season, and hopefully we'll create some habitat for some baby birds. So that's a thing. I still haven't got sorry about that. I haven't gotten the bluebird nesting box. I have not gotten that one mounted yet, mostly because I have to set a post, and then I have to put some PVC on the post, and then I also have to I kind of have to strap it to the post. So that's going to take a little bit longer, but I'm going to get to the bluebird nesting box eventually. Just not yet. Hopefully I'll have some time this weekend to get that knocked out. Things have been a little cold around here, and that's kind of put me back on some things. But something I actually got done today before stream is come up here. Yeah. So it's actually a little hard to tell, but for some context, we are looking into the cold frame. So this is the cold frame build out in the natural habitat. All that texture is wood chips, which I use as a mulch. And if you can kind of see across the top, I have 2 rows of the Yugoslavian butterhead lettuce. So I got those planted out just today before stream. Then down in the lower left-hand corner, you can see a little seed packet there in my soil knife. That is a small planting of radishes. I think those are pink lady slipper radishes. So I've got those out in the ground now. So those are growing. And I also, you really probably can't see them, but right around where my head is, looking off to this side here, I have a small row of Hilshikyo onions growing. So really excited to actually get the growing season going. I also did get a dozen broccoli plants planted out today, and I gotta say I have had just you know what, I was not originally gonna do this, but we're gonna go ahead and do this now because I really want to just flex on these broccoli plants I got. So you should be you're my broccoli plant. Cool. And let's hit some buttons, and we hit a few more buttons. There we go. But look at these guys. Look at them. Look at them. I love them so much. These are my broccoli. These are my broccoli plants that I got started out. They're out in the garden right now. They are probably deeply desperate to actually get out and actually explore some soil, because they are they got way too big for their 6 cell trays. So these are hands down the best broccoli starts I have had yet. So hopefully I'll have a good year for broccoli, assuming no critters get in the way of my dastardly plans to have fresh veg. Because what year was it? It wasn't last year, it was the year before that. So that would have been 2023. In 2023, I had a groundhog come into my garden and just massacre my brassicas. Destroyed my brassicas. And I was just like, my cabbages! My broccoli! No! And how dare you not touch the kale? Yeah, because I think I scared him off before he could like really get into the kale, so only the kale was left, and it was just like, man, seriously, you had to go after like the better ones rather than like the stuff I like actually like. Of course you would do that, you silly thing. Okay, so enough of the preamble. Let's go ahead and actually start having some fun here. So we're gonna be using good old mitersaw coon here. Previous birdhouse build, we used the table saw. So I actually want to use the miter saw today. The miter saw is honestly probably a better tool, especially for making some of the angled cuts that we're going to be using today. I also have some wonderful Eastern red cedar lumber here that we're going to be using. But before we get started on all those things, today's build plans are brought to you by Backyard Projects from Birds and Blossoms and Books. So this is actually a book I got from my grandma. It's basic. So this is basically stream ideas for me. But as you can see, I've got 2 things postmarked and, well, bookmarked. And basically, these are going to be build plans for today. So I'm currently looking at this guy. Because, one, that looks cute, but honestly, I just really like the simple construction here. Because, like, look at how simple that construction is. Real simple stuff. And also, these are all small pieces of wood, too. So, a lot of potential here. Also, one of the real cool things, like some of these like project plans have, is they have a cutout. Like, so this here is an example of a 6-inch by 4 feet long pine board. And it's like, hey, you just cut your stuff out like this. Bada bang, bada boom. You have your pieces. You put your pieces together. You now have birdhouse. So, that's this one. This one's the simpler of the 2 plans, but I also really like it when plans include like this cutout reference. That's really nice. I really enjoy having like a nice cutout reference. So that is build plans number 1. Build plans number 2 is this one. Granted, it has a lot of the painted version has maybe a little bit too much freedom going on for it, but as far as like this part, I actually kind of like this. Like it's really traditional design. I feel like it's very like, it's definitely a standard thing that you think of when you think of a birdhouse. The interesting, it does have a hinge though. But I actually do have hinges laying around, so I do have the hinges that I need that. And this is also something we so this one actually uses 5 feet of board. So uses a little bit more lumber, but it's a little bit more of a thing. So okay. That's fine. But yeah, it's definitely a bakery yoke. Why does it call first default? Oh, hey, wait a second. Wait a second. I built this. I actually built this. Wait. I actually built that with I built this with plans from the Bluebird Society. I built this. Wait. I didn't build it. Not as like nice, but duh. Oh, really hard to see like the whole thing, but basically the same thing. Okay. But yeah, I might. Yeah, this is actually this is the same build plans actually. Man, stuff's been consistent for a real long time. But yeah, there's actually a lot of like really cool like build ideas, which is cool. Which one of the funny things about this style of birdhouse is I actually have some metal that I could use. metal. Oh, it's a coffee can. I don't have coffee cans laying around, but I have got some like largest vent piping like material. You know, like there's a lot of like really cool plans in this. Which I mean, there's gonna be times where I make a few. There's gonna be a couple times. Maybe I might not do like the flower box. I don't need flower boxes in my life. Granted, some of that looks cool, but I mean, hey, I feel. Ooh, wait, there's a bed frame. Cold frame. Ah, cold frames. Hey, gardening. Okay, I'm gonna have to flip through this later because. Oh, utility bench. I have kind of a. Yeah, I need to stop flipping through here because otherwise we're gonna get way too distracted. But yeah, so as much as I like this one, I really want to go for something simple because like today. So one of the reasons why I'm actually like starting a bit later today versus my normal start time is because I'm basically on call this week. So yeah, and because I'm on call, I don't really have the free time as much. Well, I'm on call till 7, so something might come up and I might have to like go out and address it. Thankfully, weather's been relatively mild. We actually had some snow flurries yesterday, but so far I haven't had like a lot of like extra work in my life. So big thumbs up to that. So I really want to go for the simple home songbirds love. This seems great. This is definitely the type of thing I would like to build today. So, and I really like simple things. I really like real simple builds. Granted, there are going to be a few challenging-ish parts. For example, cutting some of the smaller pieces on the miter saw, it's be a little skeevy doing smaller pieces at the miter saws. So we'll try to do some. We'll try to be as safe as we can. Granted, I can do a lot of like small cutting with just big back and forth. So we are going to go ahead and go with this. And I'm going to go take a sip of water. And we're going to get started here soon. I know you're here for the saw blade noise. Because, hey, but I like doing this. I like saw blade noises. And safety first. Bye bang, bye boom. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm actually going to go ahead and start from... Well, I should probably straighten out this end. Because, let's see here. I need roughly 4 feet of board. And I have 2 pieces here. So I'm curious how much I have. I actually have over 4 feet, so... Ideally, we can build this project out of just this guy and this other one back here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down my cut list. So, I'm basically going to cut out A, E, and C are going to be tricky. I have to do an angled cut on them. Because I'm going to have to cut that out, and then I'm going to have to cut some stuff. So, be a little bit tricky on that. But I think I'll get it figured out. That'll be front and back. But thankfully, the first piece is pretty easy. So, I'm going to just have my little booklet here, and I'm gonna want plenty of room, so I'm gonna take the bluebird nesting box, and I'm gonna move because I want to have it out of the way. So, piece of wood. We'll return to the workbench. So for my first cut, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean up this edge. It's a rough edge. And let's see, grab marking device, and a measuring device. We're gonna want these. And now let the saw blade sounds commit. Yay! First scrap of the night. So we're gonna want 9 3/4 out of this. So got our measuring tape. Go 4. 9 3/4. Woo! Yeah. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm making sure the teeth hit my mark. Make sure I'm good. Wait, I'm good. So, get our first spurt piece. And work piece number 1. Part A. It's long roof. Oh yeah, all these pieces are also supposed to be like 5.5. Which that is a trick thing with these because they're not all equally 5.5. Like, this one is like 6+. If I have to trim these, if I have to trim this down in dimension, I can do that. Well, might set up a clamp here to hold this. Make that cut if I need to do so, but the way this mounts, this part should be fine being a bit larger. So, next we want B. Actually, wait. B's next. Short roof. That's 2 3/4. Okay. Quarter piece out of here. Because we do have, well, I do have need for at some point. I can get 16 inches out of this. Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to get the most bang for. Well, actually, no. I need 16.5. Oh yeah, I can actually most of my 16.5 out of this. So I'm gonna cut this down to 16.5. Because I'm not gonna have a lot of up with just a hair bit over an inch of waste material. So bring this up for you guys. So everything up from there is waste, and all this is project. So we're gonna do this. Okay, that's good. There we go. So I'm gonna wait to cut my angles on this because I have to do a lot of measuring and marking. So to come back to this piece. But for now, off to the side. Next up. So I'm gonna be starting from my clean end, saving my dirty end for later. And we're gonna go ahead and just start off with our short roof part B. Need to I'm gonna try and organize things on my workbench as I go along. The game plan. So we'll see. We'll see about that. So I want 2 3/4. Quarter. Woo! There's 2 3/4. Bang, bada boom. Okay. tiny roof. Okay, so that's going to be that. Now we get to cut out the... We're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, only 7 pieces. This does not. This is really light on lumber. So, granted, and this is also going to be a thing I'm going to kind of just briefly mention. So with the miter saw, it's better to cut small pieces off at one end when you have a lot of board here. So my next, and the reason why I'm saying this now is the next piece on my cut list needs to be 10.5 inches long. But if I take 10.5 inches off this piece, that's going to be right around here. Then I'm taking, I've got 2 smaller pieces after that. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to take my smaller pieces first, get those cut out of the way, and then I will cut my last big piece, and that will just make sure I have as much holding room to keep my fingers away from that thing, the dangerous thing. So, short side F is 4 1/4. So we'll do 4 1/4. Also, all these pieces I'm cutting now are going to now. And there we go. So, I'm going to make a small pile for those at my workbench because those do need to be cut down a little. So my next one is the floor. It is going to be 3 3/4. Quarter. So there we go. Check. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That's the next piece. And now this, I want 10.5. 10.5. That. So, what I'm going to do is, since my mark is here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my board like this. That way, my hand has a lot more real estate to hold my board and be away from my cut line, versus if I were to cut my board like this, where my hand's really kind of close. Don't want to distance your hand from the blade to the greatest extent possible. Perfect. So, this is going to be our ultimate scrap. Now we have got 3 pieces here. These that we need to make shorter. Then we have one that we need to put an angle on. So, I'm going to start with my shortest, and we're going to go up. And I also might do something. So, let's see. I need my width. 3.5. Okay, 3. Oh. I got it's 3.5 for all those. 3/4. For there. That's 3.5. That's 3.5. Oh. Yeah, okay, so they're all 3.5. Okay. Oh. I literally need just this piece. This is not really a lot of room to be holding. Oh. This part is my good piece. This part's scrap. This piece. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole, put a screw, and that's going to be kind of like a holder. Because, yeah, you don't want to have your hand anywhere near the blade. Important thing. I just need to have my piece of wood a little bit further back. So, go with, grab a screw, set you on the side. Oh, that's strange. I probably set it somewhere. I know where it is. I know where it is. Okay, I'm not worried. Oh, these two pieces are now secured. That's going to be my cut line, and keep my hands. But I also have to make kind of the hard part. I'm gonna have to add 2 screws to that. Yep. That's what I'm gonna have to do. That basically wanted to auto slide immediate. But I got my workpiece. So that's one of my pieces. This one. Because these are all gonna be, they're consistent for me at least. But I'm gonna go grab myself a little bit of a pre-drill there. And I'm gonna grab a screw. And there we go. So that's good and supported. And I also should be QCing my stuff. Ooh. 3.5 inches on the mark. Where are you at? 3.5. A little bit short's better than too long. So now this is the fun one. This one's gonna be real fun. Because this one, you gotta cut half off that side. So I need to figure out where I want to be. Right in there. That. that. There we go. Reasonably supported. I gotta bring those screws way out to the edge. Blade guard, it has little rollers on it. I have to put them. Have to make it possible. Well, game. Wants to split on. Which, that may not be perfect. That should work. Hey. I do like how, like curly Q-y. It's the, like the various shavings. I don't have 3.5, unfortunately. I'm 3/3/8, so well, yeah, 3/3/8. So you know what? I'm not perfect, but I will still be fine. A little disappointing, but what else? Honestly, next time I need to something, this other piece is actually gonna be kind of soon. Remember, we got one piece more to do. That's gonna be this one. Now for this one, we gotta put an angle cut on it. And the angle cut I'm gonna start 3.5 inches from side, but it angle and 90 degrees. Actually, no. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Okay. So. Don't move like that. Please. My edges. Edge, any edge. Be 3.5 here. Flip it around. Put the 3.5 there. Now, I've got 2 marks now. Now I need to grab a straight edge. Edge from mark. Next mark. Ooh. Okay, good job marking me. I'm actually really impressed with that. I was not expecting to be like that on it. Yeah. Okay. So the problem is now, I gotta do something like, so I'm gonna borrow my earlier, or do this. But I'm also gonna pre-drill through, because these are going to be work pieces. I'm going to leave them as undamaged as possible. I need this screw, and I've got one underneath the mitersaw right now. That one, but I have another one over. So this looks about as close as I can get. Really fills up the dust collector. Oh, sweet. Okay, that looks reasonably well. Go for it. Okay. So, you've got it partially cut. So, what I gotta do now is I gotta flip it around. But I have to move. I have nothing to support that. I have... So, this has gotta get moved. So hopefully we're from making sketchy cuts like this. Which I actually know. I do know the ultimate solution, and that's a nice proper miter gauge for the table saw. That's going to be the best way to avoid really, because this is sketch. So yeah, this is kind of a, be careful trying this out. Yeah. Okay, so extremely happy with this, and that one too. Go ahead and take these out. Gonna take them out, not run them further in. Okay, there we go. We have pointy tops on these. We don't tops on them. So, for that most recent ballad of sawdust I created, just I need to give me the length. Okay. Oh, what I know what I need to do. So, for cutting this off, I need to be at 90 degrees from here certain way, I need to have 1.5 inches. So that. So if I keep my full tip of my tape measure reference against that, then my tape is 90 degrees to that. So I just basically down. I hit 1 inch. Mark that. Which I could mark that if for my marking thing. Buried underneath the book of instructions. Oh, oh, yep. Buried underneath the book of instructions. Now, 7.5. Line. That will be my cut line for today. Up a bit closer. Oh. Oh. Woo. So yeah, that's about 1.5 inches there. So we're doing pretty good. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and mark the other one. Get them both marked, and should be pretty. No way to do that, but at least have good. I could actually do even better. More on that. More on that at 11. Reference. That's. Think. Check. I like that line. It's a good line. Okay. So. My mitersaw actually had. And I can theoretically actually bloop. And with that, tightens it. And that doesn't go anywhere. This, my hands stay out of the way. That up, pull that, lock out. Look at our triangle. Triangle. Wild. Have a finished workpiece with a back slope. It should be 1.5 inches. Ooh yeah. Okay, we're doing really good. Real good. So real good one more time. Up. Good. Boop. Boop. Lock. Grab triangle. Admire the triangle. Set the triangle off to the side. And since these are basically going to be same-ish, I'm also going to just flush them. Make sure backs are straight. Yada. Overall, have a slight off right there. So that's going to twist angle on this piece. But With that, our roof is going to be roughly parallel. Really good. So, thank you for your service, Mitersaw Kun. Always great to have you around. That can get just placed off to the side. Okay. So, we now, well, we have our pieces. We have one more step, and that is one of these. Ooh. Okay. So, one of these, the holes are going to be facing out. Oh well. But yeah, as far as like working with our pieces, we just got one more thing to do. And that is to drill a hole. We need to make a hole for one of our actually I don't know. Just want to get a couple good screenshots, you know? Because I will update the thumbnail. That's kind of what I do. Let's see. Pieces bore an entrance, fade bit drilled. It doesn't tell me the entrance size hole. Oh man, you gotta love when a book's so old that the radial arm saw by setting is. It talks about radial arm saws, which those are fun, delightful things. It actually just does not straight tell me the size of the hole. Weird. Normally these things tell me the size of the hole. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna calm down just a little. We're gonna be focusing on this. And we're gonna put a hole in it. Don't know my size just yet. Instructions don't tell me what size hole. They do not. Okay. Events designs call for a 1/8 entrance hole, but you can experiment with other sizes to attract different birds. We've included a birdhouse building chart on page 39 to help. Okay. I'm going to go to page 39. I'm going to check my hole. There's Eastern Bluebird, which is 1.5 inches, and I'm just kind of just looking for general suggestions. So I'm seeing like 1/2, I'm seeing 1/4, I'm seeing 1 inch. Okay. Actually, chickadee. I have a lot of chickadees. Color like tree thicket. Okay. Okay. Thinking about going down the chickadee route. Wood duck. Man. Reach a owl. Ooh, an owl nesting box. That would be cool. That would be good. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. Bird feeder's cool, huh? That is the dangerous thing with these types of books is, man, just end up like just seeing so many like cool stuff. So I'm gonna go the chickadee route. I know I have a decent population of chickadees around here. They really like the echinacea that I've planted. Also, I see them a whole lot on sunflowers. So we're gonna go the chickadee route. Chickadee wants 1 inch 1/8. Oh, let's find out. Oh yeah. I need I really need this like screenshot, so sorry about that. Do. Okay. 8/4. Oh, this is gonna be this. Inch. Okay. I was thinking like an 1/8 was gonna be like big. No, it's not. It's small. Okay. So we're gonna set that off to the side. Let's see. Chuck. Need a chuck. Bum 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 bum. Bit here and tight, and then chuck it down. Nice and tight. Good and tight. That we can transfer the power. We're gonna take power away from mitersaw. Oh, hey now. And we're gonna bring power to our drill. So there is a little bit of sketchiness to what I'm about to attempt, and that is the fact that my workpiece is unsupported completely and totally. So what I think I'll do is I'll just go ahead and grab a clamp, put like a clamp like this. That way this does not want to do anything weird. And we're actually gonna go a little bit further down, but birdhouse, yes, we are building housing today. I'm not sure how comfortable that topic makes you feel, Sushi Nako, but yes, this is what we're doing. And even better is we're building birdhouses. Better safe than sorry. We're using a really old Backyard Projects book from like the late 90s. Actually, is it stated? Granted, I was actually talking a little bit earlier that affordable income birdhousing. We're trying around here. We are trying. Does it? Damn it! That's the thing with these things. They don't have like publisher date. Damn it! I want publisher dates. I mean, granted, the pages are straight in the build plans. No publishing date. Hopefully your joints are more secure than mine. Well, I'm using actual like wood screws, so I mean, granted, that was actually a real fun stream of yours. Oh man. Oh wait. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. 1999. 1999. So this book came out when I was a wee lad. Man, look at all these cool old people that contributed to this. I love it. But yeah, we're about to. It's for the grand scheme plans. This is our quite little thing we're gonna build. I'm not gonna paint it because I'm not a person. Like, I like the look of cedar. So this is what we're gonna build. I've got most of the pieces cut out. I just gotta stick a hole around in here somewhere. I think just below this knot's gonna be a really good spot. Oh yeah, that's not moving anywhere. Yes. Because whenever you're applying a drill to an object, make sure the object is secured, because you will end up having a bad time. Story from work one year. It was, so this was actually like before I joined the company, but Big Boss Man made a witch's hat out of a piece of sheet metal, and he wanted to zip a sheet metal screw into the witch's hat. Yeah, the screw bit into the witch's hat that he was holding with his bearskin fingers, and then proceeded to spin the small witch's-shaped hat piece of metal around his fingers and shredded, well, didn't like shred one of his fingers, but he got cut up and bled a lot, and then everyone looked at him and go, gosh dang it, boss man. Because the shenanigans like that are kind of normal around him. But yeah. Let's drill. Oh, oh, whoa. Oh, let's see. I'm go a little. No, let's go about here. This looks good. Oh. Okay. I want to. Okay. I just don't want to burst through the other side of the wood because that's going to be a not fun time for me. Oh. Woo! And like that. That is now a woo. Woo. Oh, there it is. There's a hole in a piece of wood. It's true. Really need. Fastener bits really seem like they're dull. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Bits have seen some life. Don't know if you guys can see it. You can see it a little bit there. Got a little bit of chipping to them on the rod cutter side, but also like the side teeth that are a little bit on the dull side. Probably would have been able to see it a little bit better if I was running my my new stream camera. But I didn't want to set up the new streaming camera for today. But I will be using it on Saturday. And yeah. And there's the split out you get, but this is the side we're going to make people see, so we'll have this be the nice side. Nice. Real nice. Come together nice. So I need to pick up my book because I gotta see. Because thing is, we're not as far as like steps. Because the entrance hole is step 2, so we're at step 2 now. Granted, step 1 is like actually cutting out all the pieces and such. So we're at least at step 2. So, top the back. Oh, wait. Drill a 1/2 inch hole near the top of the back for ventilation or for hanging. This house can either be hung from the back side or the long side. However, if mounting from the side, you'll need a spacer board between the house and the surface it's being mounted to because of the overhanging roof. If hanging from the back, we recommend adding another vent hole near the top of the long side. Weird, because it doesn't show like in the finished thing. Vent hole. Top of the back. That would not be in piece D. I need to find D. This is C, by the way. This is piece C. You're Mr. D. Okay. I need a 1/2 inch hole. And let's see here. I know it doesn't call for. It can't call for on the roof because we gotta keep water out. It's just weird because my build plans, they show me the entrance hole. We're going to be doing some drainage holes at the bottom, which that's going to go into pieces. I think this piece. This piece is going to get drainage holes. Piece G. Yeah, I think you're G. This is G. Hi, say hi to chat, G. So that's G. G's going to get some holes later. He's going to have a good rough time. But yeah. But it doesn't show me. Nowhere on here it shows me my vent hole. Which I would like to have that, just so that way it's like, okay, you're gonna want to stick this hole here. So if I mount it like that, on this, I like the side mount. I like the side mount. So we're gonna go a little weird here. I'm gonna do it in E. This is E, by the way. So what I think I'm gonna do here, clamp E down. Get E nice and secure. Make sure E doesn't move on me. I really don't want E to move. And so what I'm gonna do for E is, oh, here's a 1/2" drill bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to drill my vent hole at an angle. The reason I want to do it at an angle facing the upward, well, actually, no, let's just drill it straight up. I'm thinking too hard. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Local guy tries to think too hard and just, yeah, it's just not a good look for him. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's a vent hole right there. And that's what you can do with a sharp drill bit. Sharp drill bits just go boof. Dull drill bits are the ones you gotta fight. Which I need to keep track of which of my Fosner bits are sharp and which aren't. Make appropriate decisions. So, we're gonna have a little bit of ventilation going on here. So that's gonna be that. Now, hey G, what's up G? You ready to get holes? We're gonna get some holes. I'm gonna get a clamp on you first. We're gonna do 4 1/4" holes. So I'm gonna trade out 1/2", and we're gonna go for 1/4. So, inch goes in, 1/4 comes out. And that's 1/4. So we're gonna do 4 holes. 1 and a 2. But yeah, this is good. So this is just to help in case like water gets in. The water will have a place to go. Want to make sure these birds have well-drained housing, because no parent bird likes to have a wet nest. Not a good time. Well, okay. A bird having a wet nest is like if you have wet socks. Not a good time. Wet socks are never a good time. That's honestly my standard for shoes and whatnot. Is if my shoes get tore up to the point where they start generating wet socks, then sorry, Schubert, your days of serving me are over. But there we go. He's got his holes. Little, not super easy. No one cares about UG. So that's actually step number 4. Now assemble the house with 2-inch finishing nails. Ah, screw you. I'm gonna use screws. Pre-drill holes to prevent wood from splitting. Yes. And let's see. Fasten the sides to the back first and then add the front before attaching floor. Okay. So. That's what you are. Okay. So, I'm looking at this, right? We're gonna do... So this sides to the back. Wrong, because piece E should be shorter than that. It should not be interfering. Yeah. Ah, that's what it does. That's what it does. That's gonna fit in there like that. Okay, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Naruhodo. So, I need to have this here. That there. So, guess what, Clamp? You're up. If I can use my clamp one-handed. I'm optimistic, but problem is I'm manipulating my clamp with my right hand. I'm a left-handed individual, so I'm debuffed pretty hard using my right hand for something. Okay. Oh. And I'm just gonna kind of square things up a little bit, and I will eventually going on. But I just want to right where I want it. Be good enough, but yeah. There we go, chat. There's a 90-degree angle right there. 90-degree angle. Ain't that lovely? I think that's lovely. I think 90-degree angles are... I'm gonna set this here, and I'll do 2 screws on each side. And actually, we're not so... We're moving into assembly. We're moving into assembly, so we're gonna hang out at the workbench. And... I need a drill bit. At the mitersaw station. Because, of course, I left the drill bit at the mitersaw station. Drill bit. Okay. And when you're pre-drilling your holes, always... Because you kind of want to, like, run it in a little bit and then run it back out just to get rid of a little bit more sawdust. Go. Hey. Hey. Be nice. Please. Ooh. You know what? I'm thirsty. Get me a drink of water. Remember, hydration's... What's words again? Hydration's very important. There we go. 1. And 2. Clamp. Undone. There we go. It stands up now, kind of, sort of. But yeah, now we can work on the next side piece. So, next side piece is going to get mounted roughly. So, now for this one, I couldn't be optimistic and try to hold it. You guys have no idea what limits there are to my insanity. Or my willingness to push my left hand to its absolute limit with... Hey, here's a shenanigan. Actually, for this... Since I am trying to overextend myself... Because that's what I do... I'm going to just drill this hole. And then I am going to... Actually, I can actually just do that. That's not gonna long as I don't shake the birdhouse too much, I shouldn't lose my pre-drill hole on my other side. So, here I should gently tip you up like so. Insert you, and then bring the screw in. Here we go. So I'm just going to check up top. Make sure like everything is roughly parallel. Roughly looks good. Sure, I am happy. Well, make sure it's flush with the back. This BGM is a banger. I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. So, my BGM is from a Dojin music circle called Jazzy Onion. They are a really old circle that released like 2 albums like 13 years ago or something. But yeah, it is really good BGM, and I would like to. There's certain Toho circles I would love to use for BGM purposes. Fox Factory is one, but some of those circles are known to do copyright strikes. So I literally just picked an old Toho circle that probably me and very few other people know about, and I'm using that, and that's how I found this that's how I have this BGM. But yeah, there's like, what is it? Because Fox Factory has actually a couple of albums that they've released that are, it's like cafe music. I would love to use some of those tracks for like, especially for like a cooking stream. But yeah, this is pretty much the standby. This is Jazzy Onion, and I'm a big fan of Jazzy Onion. Bada bang, bada boom. Screw. So that is screw 2 sides. I honestly don't know where we're going next. I don't know if I'm doing top roof or this roof. I know it wants me to do the floor last. No, it doesn't look like the floor is going to fit. The floor will fit. And I am going to squeeze the floor in. Wait, this part? Are you F? F. I need to count my pieces. You're B. Okay, you're F. So, because F's gonna go here. Or here. Yeah, that's F. Okay, so F is gonna go there. Okay. Yeah, that should... Excellent. I'm gonna grab a hammer. That's perfectly acceptable levels. And F is gonna fit roughly here. Can't have piece F too far out, because here's the issue with piece F. This is my angle. If piece F is too far out, it's gonna hit my roof. I have it in or kind of like down. It'll be fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm still on track. Gasp, how did that happen? Honestly, I'm very optimistic that once I get a couple of the other pieces together, good. I think my B roof, it literally goes on just like that. So, I'll grab my other piece of roof. Go ahead and try. Kinda, sorta. No. So that means I should have just a hair bit of overhang. So we're gonna have a hair bit of overhang. Man, coming together. Who needs a clamp when you have fingers? Yeah, it depends. It depends. It really depends. There's times when fingers are fine, especially in this case right here, because I have gravity on my side. Gravity's kind of helping to hold it, and the fingers just bring it home. So I've got one screw in, then I'm basically going to check the back. And I want to make sure I'm just level across the back, which I somehow did it. I mean, somehow made it. But yeah, I do use my fingers as clamps far too much. Right enough, also, like, speaking of like Toho music and like BGMs, there's actually a couple of streamers that will use the Toho Bossa Nova soundtrack. Those are really good albums too. Actually, one of my favorite VTubers, he actually uses that fairly often. And it's funny because he also occasionally does a little bit of like woodworking and such. You have a brand bias for tools, so as far as tools are concerned, whatever tool gets the job done, use whatever gets the job done. Personally, I am biased as far as battery-operated tools towards Makita. Wait. Just because, so when my dad passed away, I basically got all his tools. So he had a Makita drill. This is an impact driver. So I was basically like, okay, well, Makita's a good brand. It's quality, it's reliable. It's pricey, but my dad basically already had a Makita drill, and I was in the market for an impact driver, so I just bought the Makita Impact simply because I am already on the battery system. Because with battery tools, it's a I really like how like one guy really put it, and it was pick a color you like and then stick with that color. Like, honestly, for if you're just like doing like hobbyist stuff, like making these adorable little things, like Ryobi's perfectly fine. Let's see, I'm trying to think of like other budget brands, because there's like Flex, which is Home Depot, not Home Depot. Oh gosh, no, it's that's Lowe's. And there's also Craftsman. Craftsman is like a weird brand for stuff nowadays. But yeah, as far as like battery operated tools, just pick one. Also, don't be afraid to like go. And also, especially for you're a person who like occasionally uses tools, like you're using tools like a couple. Well, let's not say a couple times a year. Let's say, like maybe a couple times a month. Like you're the weekend like woodworker, and you're just like generally working with tools. A big brand that, because I mean, I do like Makita. Makita is like a really solid brand. It's just Makita's price points is like on the higher end of the market. Granted, it's also like it's a really rock solid and known for basis is simply because I enjoy the teal. See, by all means, pick a color you like, and hey, half my logic for picking Makita was my dad already had a Makita drill. Well, he had a Makita drill and a Makita radio, and he already had 2 spare batteries. So I'm like, I'm already this far invested into the Makita system, so I might as well just keep going with it. even though Makita batteries are really expensive. Makita batteries are like $80 a pop or something new. They're very expensive. But also speaking of like budget-friendly brands, here's Skill. My corded drill. This is my corded drill. This is the big vroom vroom drill. This is Skill. This mitersaw is Skill. Skill is a budget brand. And this thing is amazing for its price point. Because this was $250. And this is I think it's a 10-inch. Yeah, it's a 10-inch double compound miter saw. So what is well, it's actually a double compound sliding miter saw. So sliding means your miter saw can go back and forth like this. Compound means one level of compounding is you're able to take this, slide it, and make an angle cut that way. Dual compound also lets you take your saw blade and go like this. And then that's called double compounding. And Skill is, in terms of number of power tools, it is the most representative. It's the one I have the most of in the shop. I have this miter saw, which, speaking of like saws and like features, if I were to get this miter saw in like the yellow DeWalt or even like Makita, oh gosh, like a Makita version of this is like around $400 to $600 compared to how many bells and whistles you want. DeWalt's around $400. I paid $250 for this. For me being a hobbyist in a shop, this is more than enough for my needs and budget. Also, for some tools that have real sharp spinny blades, the standard blade you get with the saw can be a budget blade, which that's a real easy fix. You can just, granted, I'm still running this blade because, well, yeah. I mean, I've gotten some pretty clean cuts off of it. And I'm basically going to abuse the hell out of this blade, and then I'm going to replace it with a better one. But that's also another thing you can do, is buy cheap power tool, but throw a good blade on it, and that will serve you really well. But, I mean, going back to Skill. So, these are two of my Skill tools. I also have a Skill bandsaw, I have a Skill router, and I have a circular saw. This is actually one of the more, in terms of number of tools I own, this is one of the more representative I have. Paying for brand hype for occasional backyard jobs? Yes. Paying for brand hype is, well, it's also not only like just brand hype. A lot of some of the more well-known brands like Makita and DeWalt, those are tools used by like professionals on like actual job sites. Like someone who, like framing carpenters who are cutting dimensional pine lumber for the whole day, they're gonna want a they're gonna want the $400 miter saw because they use it every day. Like professional people are gonna want those tools because those tools are designed for that market. And some people get into tools thinking, oh, this is what the builders who built my house used. I should use that. And it's like, no. You got to think about the scope of the work you're doing and budget for that and all that stuff. Like, oh gosh, because like another thing with like a lot of the more premium brands will offer is you can do a lot in terms of like dialing in various settings. When I was shopping around for the miter saw, Makita has a miter saw that has a laser finder. So if you have like your put on here, it'll put a laser mark, and it's basically that's where the blade's gonna go. It's a nice feature and all, but for this, what I do is I just take my saw with my hand firmly off the trigger, and I just bring my blade and I just touch the wood, and it's like, okay, am I hitting my mark? yippee. If I am, it's yippee, cut it, move on, and if not, then just move my wood as I need to. Don't want to cut this piece over here. You would want to, not how you actually do that cut, but yapping about tools. But yeah, just like, it's really best to spend your tools within your budget. If your tool has like, if it's a bladed tool, by all means buy cheap tool but good blade. And then past that, I don't know. I don't know if I got more to offer than that. I mean, granted, I do have like a DeWalt table saw. Granted, that table saw is also meant for like contractors to use, but it is also like really good for like doing like actual like woodworking. Because you'll see some people like have like saw stops or like Powermatic, which are like, or a Grizzly. Ooh, man, like I've seen the Grizzly tools, and the Grizzly tools are like, ooh, shiny and green. But those are like professionally like minded tools. But as for like people in the backyard building birdhouses, this is plenty enough tool for my purposes. So that's a bit of like the yap on that. Oh, hi, Hammer. We don't need you anymore, Hammer. Thank you for your service, Hammer. And I'm gonna sip water now. Oh yeah. When you're just like a backyard hobbyist, like just perfectly fine tools are perfectly fine. That's, and like another thing is like this stuff called wood, it costs money, and it's better to make sure you have, if you like want to like get into woodworking and like do woodworking and such, like the only way you're gonna get good at it is if you like build projects, which is why I do like streams like this, which is actually why I really like the yapping and sawdust content, because it's basically, it's not about the build, it's just about like, it's not about the project, more just like just spending time working on something is the main thing behind it. Which also, I do need to get back to working on the Japanese Sawhorse round 2 at some point. But yeah, but the thing is like you also gotta like have room in your budget for projects. Like, what's the point in having a shop with $5,000 of tools if you have no material to build projects? Like where do you go from here? So you gotta like have it balanced. You gotta have like a balanced view, I guess. I mean, as for me, I rather have reasonably good materials, reasonably good blades, and as long as I've got tools that get the job done, then hey, I'm gonna have fun building projects. I mean, I really like working with this cedar wood. Like, it's pretty, and for like these like outdoor applications, like birdhouse here, great wood for the application. And I can also get these pretty cheap because the local sawmill that I bought a whole bunch of these boards specifically, these are actually coral grade lumber, which means they're not like the highest grade, they're not furniture grade. I think I bought these boards for $5 each, and that's for like, I think an 8-foot board. One 8-foot board, 6 inches across, 3/4 of an inch thick, was $5, which is cheap for cedar, especially considering like big box stores like cedar. Like, I could not imagine being the type of person who goes into a big box store to buy cedar lumber and walks out with cedar lumber, or let alone hardwood lumber. Oh gosh, like big box store hardwood lumber is like pricey, and like if you don't have like a lot of good sources for hardwood lumber, like local mills, man, that can be really hard. There's actually So I'm actually in the middle of trying to find a reasonable place to buy hardwoods from. Currently I have been unsuccessful, but I do have a few leads. It's just I do know one place is like 1 hour's drive from here. Granted, the place I bought this from is nearly an hour drive from here. But there is one place that's a bit closer. I think that's about like a half hour to 45 minutes that has a lot of like good lumber. So I'm still trying to find a good source. Well, I mean, I have the place I bought this cedar from. If I need more cedar, I'm going back there. But as far as like getting like good quantities of hardwood lumber, I'm still trying to find a reliable source. So for those people who have a good, reliable source for lumber, I envy you. At least hardwood lumber. Because right now, most of my hardwood well, actually all my hardwood lumbers come from Facebook Marketplace. Granted, the deal I got on the oak boards was mind-boggling. That guy who was wanting to sell those boards was just wanting to get rid of them, and at a price I was just like, this is almost too good to be true. But that's also where I got the sassafras lumber from, was I also got that off Facebook Marketplace. So Facebook Marketplace has been my go-to source, and it's a pretty all-right source depending on what you're looking for. Because sometimes, like the sassafras lumber I bought, I pretty much had to buy the whole lot, which that was like over 400 board feet. So not everyone can have the space to have a whole bunch of lumber stacked up. I had space to stack it up, and I stacked it up, and I am now in the middle of putting the finishing touches on the headboard project. I actually did a little bit of work on that yesterday, and I would really like to have that project finished this weekend. And then once I get it finished and mounted on my bed, I will actually be taking a picture of that and sharing that on social media, and I'll probably share it on stream at some point too. But yeah, you gotta save room in your budget for materials. That is a very important aspect of being a weekend woodworker, because you gotta have, you can't just have nice tools. You also gotta have your materials, man. You can't build projects without materials. So for this, I am actually gonna do 2 screw holes, because that's actually all the build plans called for. Well, actually no. We'll do 4. We'll do 4. Because I'll feel more comfortable doing 4. I heard a split sound. Why did I hear a split sound? Not hear a split sound for the reasons I thought. I thought I got a little too... Look forward to seeing. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I'll have a picture of that out at some point. Because I do like sharing photos of stuff. I now need to check. Okay, cool. So those are good. But yeah, ooh, wait, I should have that in my... But yeah, I do like sharing photos of stuff that is I've already done. Let's see here, because I've got... Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one I want. We're gonna remove you. Yes, we're gonna remove you. Where are you? Did not label I was not super good with my labeling on. I think it's you. Yep, it's you. Okay, and buttons. But yeah, here is birdhouse number 2 I built. It's up, it's out in the wild, and I am waiting for someone. Well, I'm waiting for a bird to find it and call it a home. Jump scare. Yeah, sorry about that, but it's also fun to do. It's also a little bit fun to do that. I'll just park that away. But yeah. I've got one birdhouse out in the wild. I do not have the blue birdhouse out just yet because I actually have to set a post for it. I have to set a post and I have to add a piece of PVC pipe to it, like around the post, and that's to keep climbing predators from getting to the birdhouse. And I'm mostly going through those extra steps for that birdhouse because bluebirds are kind of like, they're not endangered, but they're like a threatened species. So part of the purpose of that project is to, I can zip that down a bit more, is to create habitat for a bird species that doesn't typically have a lot of habitat. So I want to make sure that I have the adequate protections in place. Those words. Those are words, all right. That's something resembling a coherent thought. Granted, VTubers aren't exactly known for their coherent thoughts. Boop. And there's that one. Boop. Boop. Then I'm gonna check my sides to make sure I didn't drill out my sides. I've done that before. I have certainly done that before. And I've also certainly dropped screws on the floor like I just did just now. Okay. Dude. And one more for this roof. And that's a roof, all right. So, got our back with a vent hole. There's our front entrance. Also like the fact that the roof has actually got a bit of an... Okay, I did not screw myself. I was a little concerned about that, but we're good here. So I'm gonna set that there, and I'm gonna get 2 screws into that. The sides. Yeah, we're wrapping this project up. Which, I like that. Not often I get a project done at with a reasonable amount of time. Shucks, I thought the... Let's see. The... Cold frame, that build. That build, I thought I could get that done in 2 streams, and it took 3. Whoop, whoop. Hey, you, don't do that. Okay. I can't be having you get all out of alignment like that. Okay, that's reasonably secure. And let's see here. All I've got left now is I've got my floor. So my floor right now, all it is it's just wedged in here. So I'm gonna zip 1 screw from the back. Do it, and this will be done. this will be a done project. Why I really like small projects, because it's not often I get these knocked out in one stream. It was like headboard project, like I milled the lumber one stream, then I did the glue up, which ended up turning out to be nightmarish. Learned some real harsh lessons then, and now I have to do the finish up off stream. But granted, I did a lot of sanding on it yesterday. Got a little too drivey with the screw and got a split, but not too bad though. I'll actually back that out a bit. Now just take a little bit of stress off that. Take a little bit of stress off of it. It just meant, so even though I pre-drilled, that just meant I should have probably drilled a larger hole. You gotta be real careful when you get into like ingrain, because ingrain will split real badly. Because this is like side grain. That doesn't tend to split so badly. I actually haven't done. I mean, these holes kind of got into like ingrain territory a little bit, but there it is. Housing for birds, like little birds, little chickadees. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Housing. Whether or not any birds use it, I get to find out later, but man, this was a real fun project though. This was fun because it was small, it was straightforward. Really wasn't all that like challenging, which is nice. Real nice. So kind of get a bit of a comparison between picture, the build, and then the result. One thing that is kind of noticeable is I do have a bit more of an overhang with my roof that actually extends to both sides of the build. We've got definitely a bit more of a roof to it versus what this is. But that's because these boards here, they're actually nice break from compilation. Looks good. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're good, Sushi Nako. And also, I hope things are turning out better for you, and that some semblance of normalcy has returned to your life. Because I know you've been kind of having like some hard times. So hopefully, I hope things are getting better for you. But yeah, like nice straightforward builds that I can like knock out in the stream are definitely a bit more closer to what I want to do around here. And I also do want to build some other things as well. I mean, because I was debating between this build and there's actually another build in here, which is this one. I was looking at this one, and this one was a little bit more complicated. Thank you. Oh, hey. I just know you've been having some issues in life, and I just wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you. I mean, but you're here in chat, so I mean, things should be looking on the up and up. Because hey, you gotta take care of yourself, man. But yeah, this was the other build I was thinking about today. Which, as you can see, it's definitely a bit more on the complicated side, as far as like the number of parts and such. And also the inclusion of additional interesting features like a hinge, the hinge here, so that way you can open it up and clean it. For this one, if I need to clean it, what I'll probably do is, honestly, I'd probably undo the back. Yeah, I'd probably do that screw, and that screw right there. And then I'll loosen these two side screws, and I should be able to just like pull the back up and clean out the old nest. Because that's actually something you gotta do when you have like bird nest boxes, bird houses like this, is you gotta clean it out year after year, just for like the next, just so that way the next birds can have like a fresh experience. But yeah, like, so a good chunk of this book is actually birdhouses. I actually do want to build this one. This one is definitely firmly in. I could probably knock out 2 of these in a stream, but so it is literally, let's see, I think it's just 4 pieces of wood with a coffee can in between. Which, around here, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I do buy Kirkland brand roasted peanuts. So I have cans of those. So we could build this using the Kirkland peanuts, which that's a pretty fun, which those are kind of like a meme item from Costco. That would be kind of fun. And there's like a lot of builds in it, including not just like birdhouses. Like they even have like, this is like a really simple build. It is literally, you have like an eye hook, washer, flower pot, piece of plywood, washer, nut. Boom, done. Habitat. Real quick and easy. And you also got like some like martins, which that's a type of bird I'm not really familiar with. Granted, let's see, and starlings have hawked them at half a hole. Huh. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool builds that I'm probably gonna get to. I really am interested in this Fantastics Feeders chapter, because like a few logs, like this log feeder seems really cool. There's a lot of things, and then there's like this suet feeder here. That's a cool. And then there's also where these types of like small projects where you can like set out like orange peels for birds. Birds love orange. Birds like a lot of things. Granted, I also I like to make my birds work around here, and by work around here, basically what I do is I create a little bit of habitat for them, and then I also plant native species of plants that birds like. One of my big ones I plant is echinacea. I see a lot of goldfinches using like eating the seed heads from my echinaceas, which is actually the reason why I went with the size of hole. This is a good size for like finches and chickadees, so hopefully I'll see like a nesting pair of them. But yeah, I plant echinaceas. I also plant sunflowers, black-eyed Susan, but I plant like various like native plants around like the homestead, which the flowers are not only meant to like help attract birds with like their seed, but also attract bees, which pollinate my other crops. Which, oh, hold the ice, please. That's cool. Squirrel feeder, that's sure to get some chuckles. I mean, I do like the idea of like capturing a squirrel in a glass jar. That seems like a real fun thing to do, is capture a squirrel in a glass jar. Silly darn like tree rats. But yeah, there's a lot of things in. Like, granted, I'm just flipping through here right now because we're kind of done with like the main project today, and I'm just like, ooh, what do I want to build? And then also at the end of the day, more importantly, what am I willing to maintain? And this vine trellis seems like, which that would be pretty simple, straightforward, especially with the table saw to rip out all the long strips for that. And then there's also a bench, which Ooh, a mini shed for hand tools. Oh no. That would actually be tempting to have something like that out by the raised beds, because so my main gardening area is basically just outside my shop. And then I also have some raised beds in the front yard at the front of the house, which it would be a really tempting idea to have a mini shed out there. So that way, if I want to just do some stuff out in the front yard, I could just have like a mini shed and then just like grab my tools and do whatever I need to do. But this is making me drool. Unnecessarily amounts. Making me want to build things. And I don't know what's going to happen to lumber prices, because lumber prices might get a little crazy here soon. Granted, I hope the cedar doesn't get too bad, because it should not. Shouldn't. Because it's all local stuff. But I do really like this project. Like, it's like almost like a jack-o'-lantern type thing. But it's like cool things. I like that. Wait. Ooh, oh no. So imagine a project like this of various like designs, but make it weeb. Like some kanji, or even better, just go for ultimate weeb and just like have an anime girl. Ooh, oh my gosh. Taking pretty ideas and making them weeb is very much a weird dream of mine. Oh gosh. Wait. I had other thoughts. And then they left me. Oh yeah. That's my other thought. Okay. Yeah. That's my other thought. Okay. Oh man. And there's even like big projects like a well, which I think that's like the projects towards the further back of the book. They're all larger projects, like picnic tables. Gamer subs mood lighting. Oh man, gamer subs mood lighting. Yes. Oh man, oh gosh, the cringe is real. The cringe is too real. Oh man. Okay. So I had a thought pop into my head, so I need to go grab a thing. So I remembered where the thing was, and this is a thing I actually got as a birthday present from one of my friends. And what it is, and I am very ashamed of myself to say I have not messed with it. What this is a wood burning kit. So, and one of the reasons why he gave it to me is he had a silly idea. So I want to find just some generic tip. I kind of like that tip. Kind of want. Give me something fine. Let's do something fine for this. For this one last bit of thing for today. Just set this off to the side. I am install this tip. I have never used this before. I have no idea how to use this tool. But we're just gonna go ham. Get that on there. That reasonably secure. Gonna undo my natural predator, the twisty tie. And oh no, I'm having a good day. The tie came apart. Okay, how much length? I don't have a lot. but I do have an extension cord at my feet. So, this a quick plug-in. Not sure how I feel about this thing not having a ground. So, ooh, tile. I'm gonna set that the brief. Just turn that up, and then I'm going to assume as soon as I plug this thing in, it turns on. Let's see, I'm gonna check my pyrography user manual. Power switch on this? Let's say off. It just has various temperatures. Okay, allow to cool, fully finish work, unplug cool, do not leave. Okay, so very standard. Okay, incorrect, correct. Okay. So I'm just gonna be letting this warm up. I presume it's doing. Scrap wood. I smell heat. I don't think it's fully warmed up yet. I think this takes a minute. I think it takes a minute. We're gonna set that there. But yeah, what I want to do with this wood burning tool thing is I'm gonna sign the project, and that's gonna be end of the stream. I'm gonna wait for this to warm up, and I'm gonna sign the project. Probably gonna sign it on the back or something. I don't know. Maybe I might do it in the corner here or something. But yeah, this is something I should have been like playing with, but I have not. I mean, I do feel like it's heating up, but I guess it takes a minute. In the meantime, I'm just going to yap and look through the user manual. It says transferring. Surfaces. Most popular, have a good selection. So it does have like some material recommendations. Nice. Soldering iron tip steps. Has all that stuff. Yeah, because that's hot. I presume this part will warm up. That one's. It's getting to the point where it's leaving more of a mark. I'm gonna let that do its thing for a little while. And I'm just gonna like yap about various things. I think once that gets warmed up, it'll be good. Nah, actually, you know what? Well, nah. I've held it this long. I can hold it a little bit longer. Because I'm pretty sure this won't take like super long to warm up. But it'll probably still take a little bit of a while. But yeah, this is actually kind of a fun thing, I think, is hey, signing the projects after I'm done with a wood burning tool implement. I think this will be fun. A fun thing to do. So, and I literally just decided to do it the spur of the moment. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, it's warming up. Getting more and more of a mark out of it. So we're getting close. We're getting close. You can actually, okay, so you guys can actually kind of see like the mark on it. Also, I have never signed my name, so I'm a little embarrassed that it's gonna be like absolutely, it's gonna be terrible, I'm sure. But hey, you know what? Let's do it for the first time, live, and have fun. Because hey, it's streaming. It's supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun, if you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong. And so far, today's actually been like a real fun day. And unfortunately, I've been looking through this book, and now I'm like drooling over the ideas of stuff I want to build, which is good because I'm a little bit unsure because I don't know what my next big build is going to be. My current big build is the practice makes perfect sometimes. Well, here's the thing, like generally with experience, most people do get better at things. It just takes time and effort and honestly just doing the thing, because like the first time you do the thing, probably going to be an awkward duck about it. But you know what? That's fine. It's your first time doing the thing. Like compared to like, so this is the third birdhouse I've built this year. And of the three, this is like the most solid one. Like, granted, this one has a lot of angled cuts, and I use the mitersaw, so I was using a better tool to make it. But hey, it turned out I'm like really happy with it. Like some of the other ones had like some slight imperfections and such. So this one just like turning out really well. Deeply satisfied. I go like really slow with it. Actually. Ooh. There we go. Man, this is gonna be fun. Okay. I think we've got this reasonably warm. Orient my project how I wish. And this awkward left-handed man is going what awkward left-handed men do. Attempt to write in coherent fashion. Already screwing up. Ooh, I can actually. Okay, so I can up the my reference S. I can make that. I can. Do S. I don't think. Definitely at the point where we can write. Oh. Horn. Going for. I need to get to the point. I definitely want to get to the point where this thing where I can like just do like a quick signature. But for now, we're going to be doing awkward apple. What I'm currently capable of doing right now. That's G. Two. A little bit of a dot. I'm gonna unplug a hot pointy tip thing. Set it off to the side before I hurt myself. I know me and I will hurt myself, but here we go. This is this poor man's attempt at wood burning for the first time. So yeah, Sugi Y. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and here. There we go. That's it. That's the completed build. And yeah. Thank you very much, Sushinako, for joining me today, and to anyone else who tuned in, thank you very much. Regardless of if it's day, night, or evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, hope you all have a great rest of your, well, have a great rest of the next 24 hours. Let's go with that. And, oh wait, okay, so next stream is going to be Saturday evening, and we're gonna be cooking black bean burgers. So for me personally, as someone who is kind of mostly vegetarian, oh, well, thanks. I'm glad you had fun. Today was pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but yeah, I'm glad you had fun. And yeah, I'm gonna be making black bean burgers on Saturday over the campfire, and yeah, so we're gonna be making the good old American food of Americans, the hamburger, but we're also going to be vegetarian about it because, hey, might as well be weird. So, with all that, I want to just say thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.